Hello, Swatantra TV viewers. I am Mahima, welcoming you to our English bulletin with latest news, updates, and analysis. Equity benchmark indices Sensex and Nifty ticked higher to close at fresh all-time high levels on Thursday, following buying in market heavyweights ICICI Bank, Infosys and TCS amid a largely positive trend in global equities. The 30-share BSE Sensex scaled an intraday record high of 80,392.64 in early trade. The index pared most of the gains later due to volatility and profit-taking by investors at record levels. Sensex closed 62.87 points or 0.08% higher at 80,049.67, its all-time closing high. The broader Nifty also hit an intraday record high of 24,401 in early trade before closing almost flat. The 50-issue index rose by 15.65 points or 0.06% to settle at a record 24,302.15 with 23 of its shares closing higher and 27 with losses. Among Sensex shares, HCL Technologies, ICICI Bank, Tata Motors, Sun Pharmaceuticals, Tata Consultancy Services, Infosys, Kotak Mahindra Bank and Mahindra were the gainers. In contrast, HDFC Bank, Bajaj Finance, Larsen & Toubro, Tech Mahindra, Ultratech Cement and IndusInd Bank were among the laggards. Analysts said that stock markets traded within a narrow range and ended nearly unchanged. Among the indices, healthcare soared by 1.17%, IT jumped by 1.12%, tech by 0.98%, auto by 0.88% and telecommunication rose by 0.73%. However, consumer durables fell by 0.22%, FMCG 0.15%, financial services 0.13%, and oil and gas 0.02%. Foreign institutional investors bought equities worth 5,483.63 crore rupees on Wednesday. Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud on Thursday advised market regulator Securities and Exchange Board of India and the Securities Appellate Tribunal to exercise caution amid a significant surge in equity markets and pitched for more tribunal benches to ensure that the backbone is stable. Inaugurating the new SAT premises in Mumbai, CJI Chandrachud pitched for authorities to consider opening up new benches of the SAT given the higher workloads because of higher quantum of transactions and newer regulations. Referring to newspaper articles calling the crossing of the 80,000 points milestone by the BSE as an ecstatic moment, where India is entering a stratospheric domain, the Chief Justice of India pointed out that such events emphasize the need for regulatory authorities to ensure that everyone holds their balance and nerves amid the winds. He added that SEBI and appellate fora like SAT assume immense national importance in fostering a stable and predictable investment environment and explained how this can benefit in economic growth for the country. When investors feel assured that their investments are protected by law and that there are effective mechanisms for dispute resolution, they are more likely to invest in the country's markets. This influx of investment can lead to better economic outcomes such as increased capital formation, job creation, and overall economic growth, the CJI said. Samajwadi Party President Akhilesh Yadav on Thursday said there cannot be a conspiracy behind the Hathras stampede, but it can definitely be a conspiracy that the government wants to run away from its responsibility on this matter. The Samajwadi Party chief was reacting to Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath's remarks that he suspected a possible conspiracy behind the Hathras incident. Look, There can't be a conspiracy in this. The conspiracy could be that the government wants to run away from its responsibility, he said. The former Uttar Pradesh chief minister said the government cannot run away from its responsibility. The government should take a decision based on the pictures that have come from the media cameras. The real issue is that it was the responsibility of the administration and the government, said Yadav. The officers arrived when the incident happened. Why were they not sent earlier so that so many people do not gather there? What was the responsibility of the administration? He asked. Yadav also said that many people lost their lives due to lack of treatment. The stampede at self-styled Godman Baba Bhole's Satsang in Hathras on Tuesday left 121 people dead and 28 injured. Talking to reporters after former Bahujan Samaj Party MP from Saharanpur Haji Fajlur Rahman joined the Samajwadi Party at the party headquarters here, Yadav also raised questions on the health services of the state. He alleged that Deputy Chief Minister Brajesh Pathak, who is holding the Heath portfolio, wants to become the Chief Minister by improving his political health.
उम्मीद है आने वाले समय में सरकार इस बात का ध्यान रखेगी और प्रशासन भी इस बात का ध्यान रखेगा। जिन लोगों की जान गई है वो लौटाई तो नहीं जा सकती है, लेकिन सरकार उन परिवारों की मदद करे जो घायल हैं, जो पीड़ित हैं, उनके इलाज का इंतजाम करे और किसी पे आरोप लगाने से कोई लाभ नहीं मिलेगा। कल जब मैं लोकसभा में था तो आपके कई साथियों ने सवाल किया था और उन्होंने ये भी कहा कि जिस तरीके से सोशल मीडिया पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग कुछ तस्वीरें चलवा रहे हैं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी का ये काम बहुत पुराना है। अभी कम हारे हैं, अगली बार पूरी तरीके से हार जाएंगे, तभी सुधरेंगे।
देखिए हाथरस की जिस तरह से तस्वीरें सामने आई उससे कहीं न कहीं स्वास्थ्य व्यवस्थाओं पर
Police entered the ashram premises of religious preacher Sakar Vishwahari Bhole Baba here and later said he was not present there. A police official said they had gone there to check security arrangements. Police personnel have been deployed outside the ashram since the stampede at the preacher's congregation in Hathras claimed 121 lives. In reply to a question by reporters, Circle Officer Sunil Kumar Singh said police and Special Operation Group personnel entered the ashram premises on Wednesday night. There were 50 to 60 volunteers, including women, inside the ashram, he said. The Uttar Pradesh government on Wednesday formed a three-member judicial commission headed by a retired High Court judge to probe the Hathras tragedy, also looking into the possibility that a conspiracy was behind the stampede. The panel will submit its report in 2 months. The police have filed an FIR against the organizers of the satsang near Fulhari village in Hathras, accusing them of cramming 2.5 lakh people into the venue when they had obtained permission for only 80,000.
सिकंदरा राऊ के पास हाथरस जनपद में एक मुगलगढ़ी गांव है, वहां पे भोले बाबा का प्रोग्राम चल रहा था। ये जो सूचना प्राप्त हुई है उसमें भगदड़ से लोगों की डेथ हुई है। हमारे यहाँ एटा हॉस्पिटल में अब तक 27 डेड बॉडी आ गई हैं, जिसमें 23 महिलाएं हैं, 3 बच्चे हैं और 1 पुरुष की डेड बॉडी है। और ये घायल अभी नहीं आए हैं और ये बहुत दुखद घटना है। भगवान इनकी आत्मा को शांति प्रदान करें।
यहाँ पे जो लोग कुछ बॉडी एटा पहुंची है, क्या हाथरस में, अलीगढ़ में और भी जनपदों में?
ये अभी हम जानकारी प्राप्त कर रहे हैं, ये जानकारी अभी हमको नहीं है, ये हम जानकारी प्राप्त कर रहे हैं।
हम सत्संग में गए थे, साल थी, वहाँ पर बहुत सारी भीड़ हो रही थी। अचानक सत्संग खत्म हो गया, वहाँ पे बहुत सारी भीड़ हो रही थी। रास्ता जाम हो रहा था, निकलने के लिए जगह नहीं थी, तो एक दूसरे हम खेत की तरफ से निकल रहे थे, वहाँ बहुत सारी बाइक खड़ी थी, जगह नहीं थी पाँव धरने की, तो अचानक ही बहुत सारे लोग उनकी चल रहे।
Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu met Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the national capital on Thursday and described their discussions on key development issues concerning the state as constructive. During the meeting at the Prime Minister's office, Naidu advocated for increased assistance to Andhra Pradesh in lieu of special category status. The chief of Telugu Desam Party, which is an important ally in the BJP-led NDA government, presented several crucial proposals for the state's development and sought the union government support, sources said. Following the meeting, he expressed confidence in Andhra Pradesh's potential to re-emerge as a powerhouse among states under PM Modi's leadership. The PMO confirmed the meeting between Naidu and Modi via social media. The Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister's two-day Delhi visit included meetings with several union ministers. He discussed national highway projects with Union Road Transport Minister Nitin Gadkari and praised the spirit of cooperative federalism after talks with Minister Piyush Goyal. After his meeting with Goyal, the Chief Minister said, "This wonderful spirit of cooperative federalism will help our state, Andhra Pradesh, unlock its full potential. It was a pleasure meeting you in Delhi today." Naidu also met Agriculture Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan to discuss state-specific issues. Sources indicated that meetings with Home Minister Amit Shah, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and Health Minister JP Nadda are on Naidu's agenda. Telangana Chief Minister A. Revant Reddy called on Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Delhi on Thursday and discussed various issues related to the state, official sources said. Deputy Chief Minister Bhatti Vikramarka Mallu accompanied him during the meeting. This was the first meeting between Modi and Revant Reddy after the former was sworn in as the Prime Minister for a third straight term last month. The sources said the Telangana Chief Minister discussed key pending projects of the southern state with Modi. While details of the discussions were not officially disclosed, it is understood that issues related to development projects and central assistance to the state were on the agenda. Revant Reddy took charge as the Telangana Chief Minister after the Congress won the assembly polls in the southern state last year. Revant Reddy and Deputy Chief Minister Bhatti Vikramarka Mallu met Union Home Minister Amit Shah here on Thursday. Union Minister for Agriculture and Rural Development Shivraj Singh Chauhan also met the Home Minister.
అమిత్ షా గారికి చెప్పిన 6 తారీఖు రోజు రాష్ట్ర విభజనకు తర్వాత రావాల్సిన మా రాష్ట్రానికి అన్ని విషయాల మీద 6 తారీఖు రోజు మేము ఒక మంచి వాతావరణంలో కూర్చొని చర్చించుకుంటున్నాం. మీ సహకారం కూడా సమస్యల పరిష్కారానికి ఉండాలని అమిత్ షా గారికి చెప్పినాం. వారు స్పష్టంగా మీ సమస్యలు పరిష్కరించుకోండి, కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం వైపు నుంచి పూర్తి సహకారం ఉంటుందని వారు చెప్పారు. ఆ 5 గ్రామాలు భద్రాద్రి రాముడు గుడితో పాటు అక్కడ ఉండే దేవుడి మాన్యాలు ఇవన్నిటిని కూడా మన రాష్ట్రానికి సంబంధించి, అదేవిధంగా దీర్ఘకాలికంగా వాయిదా పడుతున్న నీటి పంపకాల విషయం కావచ్చు, ఇంకా ఎన్నో అంశాలు ఉన్నాయి. వాటన్నిటిని చర్చించుకొని ముందుకెళ్ళాలనుకుంటున్నాం. మా ఇద్దరి మధ్యలో పరిష్కారం కాగలిగినాయి. ఇరు రాష్ట్రాలు, ఇరువురు ముఖ్యమంత్రులు కూర్చొని పరిష్కరించుకుంటారు. ఇంకేదైనా విషయంలో భిన్నాభిప్రాయాలు ఉంటే ఆర్బిట్రేటర్గా కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం ఉంది. కేంద్ర ప్రభుత్వం కూడా ఒకవేళ ఏదైనా విషయాలను పరిష్కరించలేకపోతే చట్ట ప్రకారంగా దానికి పరిష్కారం ఎట్లా కనుగొనాలో కనుగొంటాం ఇద్దరం కలిసి.
YSRCP Chief YS Jagan Mohan Reddy on Thursday accused Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister N. Chandrababu Naidu of creating a fear psychosis among people who did not vote for him. The former Chief Minister also charged that people who did not vote for Naidu's TDP were being targeted across the state with their assets being destroyed, apart from physical attacks and false cases. Jagan Mohan Reddy met YSRCP leader P. Ramakrishna Reddy in the central prison. Ramakrishna Reddy is in jail for allegedly attacking a police inspector at Karmpudi village on 14th May. He was also booked for smashing an EVM in Macherla Assembly constituency on polling day on 13th May. Further, the opposition YSRCP leader alleged the statues of late YS Rajshekhar Reddy were being damaged. noting that the politics of creating a fear psychosis will not take TDP far in the long term. Jagan Mohan Reddy compared the present government in the state with the erstwhile YSRCP regime which he had led and asserted his government did not discriminate against anybody. The YSRCP Supremo alleged that Ramakrishna Reddy was unjustly put in jail and claimed an attempt to murder case also has been slapped against the former Macherla MLA.
ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ కూడా వాళ్ళ స్థాయిలో రెడ్ బుక్స్ అని చెప్పి రెడ్ బుక్లు పెట్టుకొని ఉన్నారు. చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు స్థాయిలో చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు ఒక రెడ్ బుక్, లోకేష్ స్థాయిలో లోకేష్ ఒక రెడ్ బుక్, ఎమ్మెల్యే స్థాయిలో ఎమ్మెల్యే ఒక రెడ్ బుక్, మండల స్థాయిలో మండల నాయకుడు ఒక రెడ్ బుక్, గ్రామ స్థాయిలో గ్రామంలో ఇంకో రెడ్ బుక్, గ్రామ స్థాయిలో ఇంకో నాయకుడు గ్రామ స్థాయిలో ఇంకో రెడ్ బుక్లలో పెట్టుకొని ఏం చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు? అతి దారుణంగా అన్యాయంగా ఆస్తులు ధ్వంసం చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు. రాష్ట్రం మొత్తం దాన్ని చూస్తూ ఉంది, కానీ ఎవడు మాట్లాడడం లేదు. దొంగ కేసులు పెడతా ఉన్నారు, పోలీసులు ప్రేక్షక పాత్ర పోషిస్తూ ఉన్నారు. దొంగ కేసులు పెడతా ఉన్నారు, వాళ్ళే కొడతారు, మన ఇటువైపున కేసులు పెడతా ఉన్నారు. రాష్ట్రం మొత్తం ఇది చూస్తూ ఉంది. చీని చెట్లు నరికేస్తూ ఉన్నారు, ఆస్తులు ధ్వంసం చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు, కనిపిస్తూ ఉంది. ఎమ్మెల్యేలు ఏకంగా జేసీబీల మీద పొక్లేన్ల మీద ఎమ్మెల్యేలు స్వయంగా తిష్టేసి ఏకంగా పోయి బిల్డింగులు పగలగొట్టే కార్యక్రమాలు చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు. ఇంతటి దారుణంగా నిజంగా చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు అని అంటే ఎల్లకాలం ప్రభుత్వం మీది కాదు, ఎల్లకాలం రోజులు మీయే ఉండవు చంద్రబాబు, అది గుర్తుపెట్టుకో.
Andhra Pradesh Home Minister Vanglapudi Anitha on Thursday said an anti-narcotic task force will be established in the state to crack down on marijuana, drugs and other narcotic substances. The Home Minister said a toll-free number will also be set up. Strict action will be taken against people who invest in marijuana cultivation and its transport. The government will also take measures to set up de-addiction and rehabilitation centers, Anitha said in an official press release. A ministerial subcommittee has been formed in the state to deal with the drugs and narcotics issue. It met for the first time on Thursday at the Secretariat. Further, Anitha said programs will be conducted right from school level to create awareness about the ill effects of ganja use.
వాస్తవాలు మనకు మనం చెప్పుకుంటేనే బయటకు కూడా తెలుస్తుంది. మేము ఎందుకు ఇంత నిర్భయంగా బయటకు చెప్తున్నాం ఇలా జరుగుతుందని. కనీసం తల్లిదండ్రులైనా మానిటరింగ్ పెట్టుకోవాలి పిల్లల మీద. తల్లిదండ్రులు కూడా స్కూల్ కి పిల్లలు వెళ్తున్నారు, ఏం చేస్తున్నారు, ఎలా వస్తున్నారు.
JMM Executive President Hemant Soren on Thursday took oath as the 13th Chief Minister of Jharkhand. He was administered the oath of office and secrecy by Governor C.P. Radhakrishnan at the Raj Bhavan here, an official said. Soren's father and Jharkhand Mukti Morcha Supremo Shibu Soren, his mother Rupi Soren, his wife Kalpana Soren and senior leaders of the JMM-led alliance were present at the swearing-in ceremony. Champi Soren, who resigned as the chief minister on Wednesday, was also present on the occasion. Hemant Soren was released from jail on 28 June after the High Court of Jharkhand granted bail to him in a money laundering case linked to an alleged land scam. He had resigned as the chief minister shortly before his arrest on 31 January by the Enforcement Directorate. After taking the oath, Soren said former Chief Minister Champai Soren discharged his duties well. The court order is in the public domain for all to see, the JMM Executive President said, adding that he would discharge his duties with commitment. In a video message to people, Hemant Soren said that a conspiracy was hatched against him by the opposition which had succeeded in their evil designs and he had to spend about 5 months behind bars. The JMM leader said he was given an opportunity to serve the people in 2019 but the conspirators could not digest that a tribal youth could reach such heights and finally on 31 January, and he was removed on false charges. There could be delay in God's plans but ultimately truth prevails, he said. Soren said he was ready to serve the people of Jharkhand with dedication.
मैं हेमंत सोरेन सत्य निष्ठा से प्रतिज्ञान करता हूं कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा। मैं भारत की प्रभुता एवं अखंडता अक्षुण्ण रखूंगा। मैं झारखंड राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्ध अंतःकरण से निर्वहन करूंगा तथा मैं भय या पक्षपात, अनुराग या द्वेष के बिना सभी प्रकार के लोगों के प्रति संविधान और विधि के अनुसार न्याय करूंगा।
mobile phones of some political leaders and several others, including a High Court judge and his family, were put under surveillance during the previous BRS regime by the accused in the phone tapping case, the Hyderabad police said in a counter affidavit filed in the Telangana High Court. The city police also mentioned that the accused police officers had obtained call detail records and internet protocol detail records of phone numbers of A. Revant Reddy, then Telangana PCC President and now Chief Minister, and others. The accused also prepared profiles pertaining to the family members, relatives and close personnel and party associates of Revant Reddy, they said. A charge sheet has been filed against 6 accused, including a suspended DSP of the Special Intelligence Bureau, 2 additional superintendents of police and a former deputy commissioner of police, who have been arrested by Hyderabad Police since 13th March for allegedly erasing the intelligence information from various electronic gadgets as well as for alleged phone tapping during the previous BRS regime. In the affidavit submitted in High Court on Wednesday, which is hearing the case on its own on the phone tapping, the city police said former Special Intelligence Bureau Chief T. Prabhakar Rao, who is absconding, formed an informal special operations team for carrying out certain specific tasks related to political surveillance to benefit the then ruling political party and its leaders. Gold prices rose 50 rupees to 72,550 rupees per 10 grams in the national capital on Wednesday, in line with firm trends in the international markets. The precious metal had closed at 72,500 rupees per 10 grams in the previous session. Additionally, silver prices also jumped 300 rupees to 91,300 rupees per kg. It had settled at 91,000 rupees per kg in the previous session. In Delhi markets, spot gold prices 24 carats are trading at 72,550 rupees per 10 grams, up 50 rupees from the previous close. The yellow metal traded at 74,650 rupees per 10 grams in local markets in the national capital, Marketman said. Silver traded at 92,300 rupees per kg. In the global markets, spot gold at COMEX was trading at US $2,339 per ounce, slightly up US $4 from the previous close. Gold and silver prices rallied after a steady trade witnessed since the past few sessions amid a fall in dollar index, while investors digested comments from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell and looked forward to US jobs data due later this week for more signals on US interest rate cuts. Powell in his speech reiterated his hawkish stance from the recent Fed meeting. He mentioned that the unemployment rate is still very low and that the Fed does not see 2% inflation this year or in the next. A day after joining Congress, K. Keshava Rao tendered his resignation from membership of Rajya Sabha on Thursday. He handed the resignation to Rajya Sabha Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar. Rao was sent to the Rajya Sabha by Bharat Rashtra Samiti in 2020. Rajya Sabha member K. Keshava Rao. He said that he tendered resignation to his Rajya Sabha membership on moral grounds after shifting his loyalties to the Congress. It may be recalled that former BRS leader K. Keshava Rao returned to the Congress fold on Wednesday, with party president Mallikarjun Kharge describing it as a worthy homecoming. Rao joined the Congress at Kharge's residence in the presence of former party chief Rahul Gandhi, AICC General Secretary K.C. Venugopal, AICC Telangana in charge Deepa Dasmunshi and Telangana Chief Minister A. Revant Reddy. Rao, who had served as the Andhra Pradesh Congress Committee President, had joined the Bharat Rashtra Samiti, then Telangana Rashtra Samiti in 2013. Thank you for watching Swatantra TV English Bulletin. For a complete and comprehensive English news bulletin, please do watch Swatantra TV. This is Mahima, signing off. Keep watching Swatantra TV.